Northern Iloilo State University, a prestigious university in the north. The Northern Iloilo State University has been the vessel of the people of Northern Iloilo towards achieving higher education for years. It has been the battleship of every student who stepped inside its premises upon taking the voyage to quality education and life. NISU has always been ready to give what it takes to be a reputable, esteemed, and honorable institution. Today, we'll make you see and experience what it's like to be in the journey of exploring the Northern Iloilo State University. Area 8. Physical Plant and Facilities. Campus. The campus environment is conducive to all educational activities. The site can accommodate its present school population and future expansion. The campus is safe and well maintained. The campus is well planned, clean, and properly landscaped. There is a campus security unit that ensures safety of the academic community. Buildings and other physical infrastructure have approved structural designs analysis to warrant capacity to withstand natural calamities such as earthquakes, typhoons, and etc. Buildings. The buildings are clean, well-maintained, and free from vandalistic acts. Toilets are clean and well-maintained. Electrical lines are safely installed and periodically checked. Water facilities are functional and well-distributed in all buildings. There is a periodic potability testing of drinking water. Floor plans indicating fire exits and location of firefighting equipment, standpipes, and other water sources are conspicuously displayed in each building. Smoking is strictly prohibited inside the campus. Classrooms. The classrooms are clearly marked and arranged relative to their functions. The classrooms are well maintained and free from interference. Students cooperate in maintaining the cleanliness and orderliness of the classrooms. The classrooms are well lighted, ventilated, and acoustically conditioned. The classrooms are adequate and are provided with enough chairs, furniture, and equipment. There are sufficient supplies in each classroom. Offices and staff rooms. The administrative offices are accessible to stakeholders. All offices are accessible and conveniently located in accordance to their functions. There are offices and workspaces for all officials, faculty, and administrative staff. There are also clean toilets for administrators, faculty, staff, and students. All offices are furnished with the necessary equipment, furniture, supplies, and materials. Presenting the academic and administrative offices of Northern Iloilo State University. The Office of the Vice President for Academic Affairs, headed by Dr. Alma R. De Facto. Together with her are Ms. Ramos Vasquez and Mr. Rodney Lida, office staff. Welcome to the Office of the Vice President for Administration and Finance, headed by Dr. Rafi B. Chavez. The Office of the Vice President for Administration and Finance has two office staff, namely Mr. Larry Natavio, Administrative Aide 3, and Ms. Ines Ushel. Welcome to the Office of the Vice President for Research and Extension, headed by Dr. Fernan P. Tupas. Under the Office of the Vice President for Research and Extension are the offices of Research and Development Services, headed by Dr. Maria Ivy V. Agreda. Office of Extension Services, headed by Dr. Vivian Rose A. Clarissa Samuel, and Innovation and Technology Support Office, headed by Dr. Rosalie Grace S. De La Cruz. The Office of Gender and Development, headed by Professor Lenny S. Malubay. Also the Training and Seminar Coordinator, GAD Focal Person. Under the GAD office are the following personnel: Mr. Ryan Floyd S. Surulia, Publication Coordinator; Dr. Annalyn A. Tu, Extension Coordinator; Mr. Mark T. Dasa, Research Coordinator; and Dr. Maria Cersadon P. Billones Franco, Instruction Coordinator. The Office of the Institutional Planning and Development Unit, headed by Dr. Lebny T. Bernardino Jr., together with his Technical Working Group, Engineer Chris Paul Armeje, Engineer Judy Aliante, Engineer John Paul Burias, Engineer Christine Jane Parinio, Architect Janina Isabel Aquino, and their office staff, Ms. Jessa Marie Bucani. The Registrar's Office, headed by the Director, Student Records and Admission Services, Mrs. Melinda P. Tinaypan. The Records Office, headed by Mrs. Ellen G. Buenavista, Officer in Charge. The Financial Management Services, headed by Dr. Mylene B. Estibal, includes the Accounting Office, headed by Dr. Noe D. Dasig Jr., Director, Administrative Services. The Budget Office, headed by the Budget Officer, Mr. Norman Cordovero, and the Disbursing Office, headed by Mrs. Julianne B. Barlas, Administrative Officer 1. General Services Office, headed by Professor Ricky U. Magnate. Civil Security Office, headed by Professor Samuel G. Saul. Guidance Office Services, headed by Mrs. Jennifer B. Dignadice, Guidance Counselor 2, together with the Guidance Coordinator 1, Mr. Jury De Los Reyes. The Resource Generation Office, headed by the Officer in Charge, Dr. Michelle B. Baco. The Office of Student Affairs and Services, headed by Dr. Jeff George De Lima III. Last but not the least, the Office of the Internal Quality Assurance, headed by its Director, Dr. Francis B. Gasapo, together with the Associate Director for Curriculum Review, Dr. Rizamila R. Superio, Risk Manager, Professor Irene B. Bargo, and Accreditation Coordinator, Professor Cristina B. Ganadores. Together with them are the office staff, namely Mrs. Maria Lenny L. Daig, Miss Alexis Jane L. Blancaver, and Miss Ira C. Francisco. Assembly and Athletic Facilities. Indoor facilities are constructed with appropriate flooring, proper lighting and ventilation, safety measures, toilets, functional drinking facilities, and enough chairs. The constructed outdoor facilities are free from hazards, suitably surfaced floor, appropriately laid out for a variety of activities, properly maintained and secured, and installed with drainage system. Assembly athletic sports, and cultural facilities are sufficient and varied to meet the requirements of the institution. Medical and dental clinic. The medical and dental clinics are managed by qualified medical and dental officers. The medical and dental clinic has basic facilities such as reception area, records section, examination or treatment room, and toilets. The institution has functional medical and dental section or area. Potable water is available and sufficient. Medical and dental equipment are provided. There are enough medical and dental supplies and materials. Storage facilities are available. Medical and dental supplies and materials are properly labeled. The following basic medical equipment and medicines are available. Student Center. The institution has a student center with supplies and materials. Policies and guidelines on the proper utilization of student center are in place. The student center is well lighted and ventilated. A conference room is available for students' use. There are facilities and equipment for table games, music appreciation, and TV or video viewing. Clean and sanitary toilets for men separate from those of women are available. Toilet fixtures for students with special needs and PWDs are provided. There are offices for student leaders, the editorial staff of the student publication, and officers of other organizations. Food services, canteen, cafeteria. The canteen, cafeteria is well lighted, ventilated, screened, and provided with potable water supply. There are enough cooking and preparatory equipment, serving tools and utensils, cleaning supplies and materials, and dining tables and chairs. Accreditation Center. The Accreditation Center is accessible and conveniently located. The Accreditation Center has the following equipment and fixtures: laboratories, shops, and facilities. Furniture. Equipment arrangement allows free mobility and enables students to work comfortably without interference. Safety and precautionary measures are provided and implemented. Usable fire extinguishers are accessible to staff and students. Laboratory operation manuals for the faculty and students are provided in each laboratory. The laboratory layout of computer laboratory, instructional laboratory, research laboratory, science laboratory, speech laboratory, and other laboratories in the college conform with acceptable standards, RA 6541 National Building Code of the Philippines, PD 856 Code of Sanitation of the Philippines, and to particular needs of the Graduate Teacher Education Program. Room lightings in accordance to the standard requirements of fluorescent bulbs relative to their size of the room. For Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, furniture, equipment arrangement allows free flow of movement and enables students to work comfortably without interference. Safety and precautionary measures implemented. Usable fire extinguishers are accessible to staff and students. A student's access to a computer is at least 15 hours per term for every subject. Appropriate laboratories for general education subjects are adequately equipped and well maintained. Equipment and supplies. The equipment, instruments, supplies, and materials are available in the laboratories and shops. Apparatuses. tools and materials conform to the specifications stated in the requirements for the subjects. Varied computer softwares are available. The computers conform to the generally accepted industry standards and are capable of providing information in the micro, mid-range, or mainframe environments. Maintenance. A laboratory technician assistant is available for the proper upkeep of the laboratory. The institution has a maintenance and repair department or unit manned by skilled personnel. Special provisions. Specific program requirements, listing of materials and equipment as per CMO are in accordance with guidelines, policies embodied in issuances. Procurement Office. There is an approved project procurement management plan for laboratory equipment, supplies, and materials to provide services on direct call. The Procurement Office is headed by Mr. Melquiades L. Gardoque, Administrative Officer 5. Under the Procurement Office are the office staff, namely Gerald T. Capanas, Administrative Assistant 2, Mr. Reggie P. Gayem, and Mr. Prince Ivan P. Base. Administration. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Northern Iloilo State University Administration. Organization. The institution has an organizational structure approved by the Board of Regents. Every office, unit in the organizational structure has functions approved by the Board of Regents. The Office of the University President, headed by Dr. Bobby D. Gerardo, together with Mr. Mark Anthony Lopez, the Executive Assistant, Mr. Roddy Casabuena, Administrative Aide 6, and Ms. Jonalyn Buenafe, Office Staff. Academic Administration. The Dean, Academic Unit Head, possesses the required educational qualifications, experience, and other prescribed requirements to administer the academic unit or college. Financial Management. The institution maintains a financial management office managed by qualified and competent staff. Supply Management. The office has a storeroom for keeping and securing all equipment, supplies, and materials purchased. The institution maintains a supply management office managed by qualified staff with specific functions and responsibilities. The supply office is headed by Mr. Don Arnel B. Agrasada, Administrative Officer 5. Records Management. The institution maintains a record management office managed by a qualified records officer. A record system is installed in offices where it allows access to information needed by concerned parties. The Human Resource Management Office maintains accurate, up-to-date, and systematic records of faculty and staff. The Office of Human Resource Management is headed by Dr. Maria Antoinette Aquino, Chief Administrative Officer. Together with her are Miss Mary Ann Tuando, Administrative Officer 4, and at the same time, the Acting Human Resource Officer. We also have Mrs. Wella Grace D. Miani, Administrative Aide 6, Mr. Leopoldo D. Villegas, Administrative Aide 1, and the office staff, Ms. Glea E. Robleza, and Mr. Adrian Philip T. Ravena. Institutional Planning and Development. The institution's Planning and Development Unit plans, monitors, and evaluates planned activities and targets. The planning process is a cooperative and participative endeavor of the administration, the faculty, staff, and the students. The SDP is implemented, monitored, evaluated, reviewed, and updated regularly.